I'd like to take this opportunity and call to order the Board of Trustees' regular meeting for Tuesday, May 19th, 2020 at 12 noon. Can we kindly stand? And Trustee Johnson, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Deputy Village Clerk.
Okay. Resolved that upon the recommendation of Samantha Fountain, Deputy Village Clerk, the Board of Trustees hereby waives the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting on May 5th, 2020, and accept them as reviewed.
Should we do the roll call?
Oh, roll call, Trustee Johnson,
Here.
Trustee Hobbs,
Here.
Trustee Daniels,
Here.
Trustee Renfro,
Present.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Samantha Fountain, Deputy Clerk, the Board of Trustees hereby waives the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting, May 5th, 2020, and accept them as reviewed.
So move.
Second.
I can't move by, the email didn't come through yet, Sam. Somebody else can do it.
Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs,
Yes.
Trustee Daniels,
I understand.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes. Did you get the deputy mayor?
Yes. Deputy Mayor?
No.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Report of the Village Justice for the month of April 2020. Total number of cases before the court, 401. Total monies remitted to the village controller, $50,405. Copy of this report is on file in the village clerk's office during regular business hours. Clerk wishes to report that Mayor Ryan and Deputy Mayor Renfro have approved miscellaneous business licenses as reviewed. Item number 4, resolved that upon the recommendation of Sharice Vanderhall, village attorney, that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the bond resolution of the Village of Hempstead, New York, authorizing the payment of a settled claim stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $4,500.
No.
4 million.
$4,500,000, appropriating said amount for such purpose and authorizing the issuance of bonds in the principal amount of $4,500,000 to finance said appropriation. I need a motion.
So move.
It was moved by Trustee Renfro,
Any second?
second by Mayor Ryan. Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs.
Questions?
Okay, well, let's back up and take the questions.
Question from Trustee Daniels.
Just wondering why this is being brought to the board by the attorney.
I'm
Is
confused.
the attorney recommending that we do a bond? This seems a little bit out of the attorney's purview of responsibilities.
Yes. I mean, it's just a formality, but I'm the one that handled the settlement, and I recommended the settlement. So we discussed in executive session the financing and how we would pay, so I'm now recommending the bond resolution since it was outside counsel through me who drafted this bond resolution, and I reviewed it.
Okay?
But, you know, I'll make a comment. We did discuss this separately too, that it makes sense to bond this rather than trying to pay it out of fund balance.
No, I'm fine with that. Again, just looking at the wording of the resolution.
Right.
There wasn't the financial part, it was more financial, not, we talked about the case already, executive session. You're comfortable?
I understand your point.
No, I understand your point. My name is only here because I worked with Hawkins Delafield, but the treasurer's name could go here as well.
I didn't hear the last part she said, I'm sorry.
I said, no, I understood the point. My name is only here because I worked with Hawkins Delafield, that's bond counsel, but the treasurer's name could go here as well. Joe Gill's name could be put there as well.
As proposing the item.
As proposing the resolution.
Or want me to change it?
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
That's fine.
Put Joe Gill?
No, why don't you have them both be?
Leave it both?
Yeah.
You're gonna put both names there, Joe Gill and Sharice Vanderhall. So we're gonna add Joe's name.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Maybe you better reread it.
Okay. Resolved that upon the recommendation of Sharice Vanderhall, Village Attorney, and Joseph Gill, Village Controller, that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the bond resolution of the Village of Hempstead, New York, authorizing the payment of a settled claim, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof, $4,500,000, appropriating said amount for such purpose, and authorizing the issuance of bonds in a principal amount of $4,500,000 to finance said appropriation.
So it's been moved and second already.
Moved in
All right,
second,
so-
moved by trustee Renfro.
Motion.
I need a new motion.
You're right.
So moved.
So Deputy Mayor withdrew his motion, and then you just reread it,
Yeah,
and now Deputy Mayor's moving again.
okay.
Okay.
I need a second.
I will second again.
Second, Mayor Ryan. Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
trustee Hobbs,
Yes.
trustee Daniels,
Yes.
trustee Renfro,
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Kevin Cogan, Assistant Chief of Police, the Board of Trustees hereby approves the Hempstead Police Department to receive funds through the United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance, Justice Assistance Grant Program, local soliciting via the Coronavirus Emergency Supplemental Funding, in a sum total of $96,891, on which a public hearing was held on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020.
Moved. Second.
Moved by trustee Johnson, second by trustee Renfro. Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
trustee Hobbs,
Yes.
trustee Daniels,
Yes.
trustee Renfro,
Yes.
Mayor Ryan.
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Mayor Don L. Ryan, the Board of Trustees hereby appoints the following 5 required and additional 2 people totaling 7 residents to form an oversight committee to assist in monitoring enforcement of community benefits agreement between the Incorporated Village of Hempstead and the Master Development, MDA, dated February 9, 2012. Thomas Gordon, Alan Hewson, Louis Mendez, Patricia McNeil, Karen Phillip, Barbara Powell, Harry Ransom.
Move.
Moved by trustee Johnson,
Second.
second by trustee Renfro.
I've got a couple of questions before we vote.
Okay.
What's going to govern this, this group? What are the rules associated with this oversight committee?
The man is asking me to respond. It's outlined in the community benefits agreement.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Where is it outline the rules of the oversight committee?
In the community benefits agreement, from what I've read, but, you know, if you, it just, tell me what's lacking so then I could, because I don't understand.
The village is to establish the basic rules of operation of the oversight committee. So the village being the board of trustees, and has the board of trustees establish the rules of operation of the oversight committee.
And the agreement further says that the committee will have its own meetings, decide its own meetings, and it lays out what the jobs and the duties are of the committee. So what is lacking that you think that we should do?
The basic rules of the committee. I can have, first one is right now, the responsibility for oversight of the community benefits agreement which there's nothing going on to even have oversight over, lays with the village and the board. So we are now thrusting or appointing people to have oversight over something that we ourselves don't even have. I just think it's very premature to allocate the responsibility of oversight over something that doesn't exist, where we haven't even established rules of engagement on how they're supposed to do it. And they're supposed to have oversight over things that are not even there. So they're going to wind up establishing the rules and establishing the oversight on something, an creation of something that doesn't currently exist, while those rules, that oversight is currently in the hands of the village officials, however, elected to the board. Why are we now offloading that responsibility to the citizens of something as critical as the community benefits? I question the timing of it. It's very premature. There's nothing there for them to have oversight over. This is just fluff. There's no part of their responsibilities to oversee the jobs and business referral center. Where's the
The oversight committee will assist. We're going to still have the final say.
I don't know that they could hear your last statement.
Trustee Daniels, can you repeat your last statement, please? Sharice Vanderhold?
I said, how are they going to oversee the jobs and business referral center? How are they overseeing the local contracting referral center? They don't exist. We're giving them oversight over something that does not exist. We're setting them up for failure. We haven't established their rules. We haven't even established the things that for which they're supposed to have oversight over. This is premature. This is fluff. There's nothing to this. We're putting people over a committee over nothing because there's nothing there. It's on us to establish these things. Why are we offloading the responsibility to the citizens?
Mr. Mayor, ma'am.
Definitely.
Trustee Daniels, so do you want, with the rest of the board of trustees, do you want to set up the guidelines for this committee?
Correct. We need to set up how it's going to operate, and we need to establish the things that this group is going to have oversight over. I think before we can establish the rules and establish what it is that they're going to have oversight over, it's very difficult to appoint people without knowing if they have the skill sets necessary for the things that we're going to need, because we haven't laid out what we need. It's premature.
So what's the timeline you think
So-
is appropriate to get this done? As far as the guidelines,
I would say that with all due respect to you guys, because you authorize a contractor to then go and negotiate with the master developer, and part of that negotiation is the community benefits. So you would have to ask the consultants, the project planning and development managers, on the timeline for establishing these things, so that we can then see how we're going to create rules of an oversight. Just appointing people over nothing.
my question is this: are you willing to offer your expertise to get this done?
I'm always here.
You had a few questions. You said, are there any others?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
But so this committee, the people that's been appointed to the committee, and many of which I know, did anyone have an opportunity to sit down with them and explain exactly what we were asking them to do?
I did.
Okay, and so, in explaining what we were looking for them to do, you was able to do that, in spite of the fact that we really don't have anything in place,
Ah.
as Trustee Daniel was saying?
Yes, and I explained that to them and told them that this was a necessary step even to form the Downtown Advisory Board properly. And in the event that any projects do come before us, and as you know, this board knows, we do have projects that have courted the administration. In order to do that, this committee needed to be in place before we can set up the other pieces. And this committee, just so you know, was in place before. Deputy Mayor Renfro was on the committee, but he's now an elected official. So we couldn't put him back on. There was also a member that's now deceased. So the mayor is now reforming that committee, and I explained all of that to them over the telephone when we spoke.
Right, and I know that committee was in place before. I'm just saying, moving forward, I think I agree with Trustee Daniels that let's get together and have a plan and things that we want them to, work on or go after. That's just my opinion.
Any other questions?
And just to piggyback, just what the attorney said, this is not a necessity. This is an option. Right now, the village board has the oversight and enforcement responsibility for the CBA.
Wait,
We're adopting
Trustee Daniels,
this law. This is the citizens.
the chairperson of this committee is a member of the Downtown Advisory Board, and it's necessary for that board to actually meet and be able to make any decisions so projects can move forward to the planning board if they're located within the downtown overlay zone.
The oversight committee is not new.
And that's by code.
I just want to emphasize the oversight committee is not new, and they're going to assist, I think is a key word. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
What, just give me a moment, Mayor, if you could say that again, please.
The oversight committee is not new, and they are instructed to assist in the monitoring and enforcement. Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, I just have a statement, perhaps because they haven't functioned in quite some time. Is it possible that we could table this for the next meeting?
I don't see the purpose of tabling it, but that's a possibility if the majority so chooses.
Well, I'm just saying that because there seems to be a couple of questions here that's really not being answered right now. So that was my...
Which questions are outstanding? Because it is laid out in the community benefits agreement. I can go grab it and read it to the board if you all would like
I
that.
have a question. You just stated the chair of the oversight committee. There's a chair of the oversight committee?
They have to elect it, and that's also in the community benefits agreement, that the committee has to elect their chair.
Would it be beneficial if you went into the,
I'll go grab
Based
it.
on what? Based on what?
I wish I'd read it.
Trustee Daniels, at this time, Ms. Vanderholt is stepping out the room to go get the community benefits agreement so she could read it. So we're gonna pause for a moment.
Pause.
Can
So
we...
why can't we pull it and then put it up another time?
Let's let her read it and see
They
whether or
want
not
you to-
that changes the two opinions, or
There's nothing
five
wrong with the
opinions.
oversight. Why does this have to be done today?
Well, we've got step by step now. She went to get the form and request, and she'll satisfy that question, and then we'll go forward from there.
And I'm sorry, for some reason, I could hear everyone else's mic, but the mayor mic is like muffled for some reason.
Yeah, it is.
I can't, I don't understand what you're
Probably
saying.
the face mask. I'll try to speak a little louder.
Can you hear me now? Joe Gill has indicated, yes, that we have paid for Zoom.
So, yes, there's a time limit, or no, there's not?
There's not a time limit, sir.
All right, because your mic was muted, I didn't hear that part.
Sorry.
Look, guys, I can read right from the community benefits agreement. Some of the things that this board is supposed to have oversight over is supposed to be established by the village, and the village hasn't established them. This is a chicken and an egg problem. I know you want to put people on the board and make it seem like, we're getting things done, but you got to do it right.
Okay. Ms. Vanderholt, you have the information that was requested? Do you have the information requested?
referral center
it's up to you if
is
you want me.
supposed to be established by the village.
Yes. Do
you want me to read
the
it?
part that's pertinent to the?
So section first, chapter 139 of the Village Code, section 213 has a downtown advisory board. The establishment of the downtown advisory board. The Village of Hempstead hereby establishes a downtown advisory board, hereinafter the DAB, to oversee the implementation of this article. The DAB shall consist of 5 members as follows. A, the chairperson of the planning board. B, the commissioner of the Village Community Development Agency. C, the director of the Village Department of Public Works. D, the superintendent of buildings. E, the chairperson of the Community Benefits Committee. And then the Community Benefits Agreement, which was signed February 20th, 2013, Section X, Oversight Committee, the establishment. The village shall appoint an oversight committee to assist in monitoring and enforcement of this agreement. The village shall establish basic rules of operation of the oversight committee. Additional rules of operation may be established by the oversight committee, subject to approval by the village. 2, composition. The village shall initially act as the oversight committee, and the village shall at any time thereafter have the ability to appoint 5 volunteer members to act as the oversight committee. Members shall be specific individuals rather than organizations and shall be appointed to and agree to serve designated terms. The village shall establish standards for regular participation and shall replace members who do not satisfy such standards. A representative of the master developer shall have the option to participate in all meetings and shall be provided with advance notice of all meetings of the committee. The master developer will have no vote on the oversight committee and will provide technical assistance to the committee as requested. Their authority is in section 3. 1.
I'm sorry, just 1 second. For some reason, I see a timer on my computer and time remaining is 7 minutes.
Okay.
So I thought
Go ahead.
if it was so, that means time is gonna run out in 7 minutes.
Okay, so Michael just came in from IT, and he just explained that the company did not get back in touch with him, so we're going to unfortunately have to end the meeting in 7 minutes and restart the meeting until that's resolved.
Can it be resolved in a timely fashion, or this is gonna have to be reset?
We're gonna have to
Get the
reset
check
the
yet.
meeting.
They didn't get the check yet for our
They didn't
license.
get the check yet.
Probably on the abstract today.
Help me with the answer to my question then. Once the 7 minutes is
We'll
up,
start it right back within 30 seconds, ma'am.
we can start it back up.
Yes.
Okay, let's
So don't-
move to vote then. We've got
So, are
everything.
we gonna continue now with the last 7 minutes or 6 minutes left?
Do you want to know what the authority of the committee is?
Yeah, okay, Therese, can I just, I understand what you're saying,
Right.
but hear me out. Even in what you just read, you said the village shall initially act as the oversight committee, right? Just take it from there. So we have that ability right now to be that oversight committee. So without giving it to anybody. But now go to your authority of the oversight committee in letter 3, right?
I didn't read that yet for everyone. But we're at letter 3.
Okay.
Okay.
3, it says the oversight committee is supposed to oversee the Jobs and Business Referral Center. That's in Romanet 2. Romanet 3 is oversee the local contracting referral center, right? Both of those things have to be established by the village.
But that's only 2 of the 4 things that are under authority. You didn't read the other 4. The first one says,
All I'm saying is, if we are currently acting as the oversight committee,
right.
before we give the oversight to someone else, shouldn't we at least establish the things that they're supposed to have oversight over?
So,
If you want to elect somebody to be the chairperson from the village board of the oversight committee so that you can fulfill your downtown revitalization board, that's one thing. And you can do that, right? Because it seems like you're trying to fulfill the code of the downtown revitalization board. So you can do that without going and appointing residents and setting them up for failure by giving them oversight on things that don't exist.
for you guys to figure out, because there's 4 other items here that the board, we haven't even gone through, that the oversight committee can do. You only listed 2,
Right.
right? And then the downtown advisory board, even if we could act as the oversight committee, the code says the chairperson of that committee. So how would you have a chairperson if you didn't actually appoint them?
But I'm sorry, let me say something. But also you read that it said that the village shall set whatever rules, and then afterwards, the committee can have additional rules. We haven't said anything yet. You read it in the agreement.
And how do you have a chair, if we don't have rules established, how do you come up with a chair?
I like this vote.
It's like you got your thumb on the scale because you're trying to populate the downtown advisory board. It's as clear as day. You want to populate the downtown advisory board, so you have your thumb on the scale, you're appointing people to this oversight committee so that you can fulfill the downtown advisory board, but you didn't even do it correctly. It's a step-by-step process. You're rushing to the end game and jumping over and going around all kind of hurdles. This is ridiculous. And it's all because you guys have an agenda and you're trying to fill the downtown advisory board.
We've had an oversight committee previously, did we not, Madam Vanderwall?
I'm sorry?
We've had an oversight committee previously. These are new members that will assist in monitoring. Let's move to vote. I think they made their argument well, but let's move to vote.
And you can move the vote all you want to. I'm telling you, we're going to fight this.
Okay.
It's as clear as day what you're trying to do.
Wait, that's.
So before you put yourself and put your
I think more clear than what you're doing. Let's get the vote here, so the majority will rule. You may be the recipient of the majority vote. We'll see.
What did he say? I can't hear what he said.
I said, let me get this thing. Let's move to vote.
Okay, so again, you moving to vote on something that it was already read in the community benefits agreement that the village shall establish the rules. Once the committee is in place, they can meet and add additional rules. I don't understand. Oh my gosh, what's going on?
Wait,
What's going on
it
is
doesn't.
they said it clear as day. They're trying to populate the downtown advisory board. And instead of doing it the right way, because they want their thumb on the scale, they're going to do it the wrong way.
Let's give a little respect to everybody. We have a motion, there's and a second. We've asked on the question, I think we have perhaps exhausted that. It's time to vote.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to opine.
Yes.
For one, I don't like any accusations of they trying to do anything in regards to put the thumb on the scale, but that's not my intentions. I don't believe this the intentions of the other trustees to put the weight on the scale. This is something that was put on the docket by the village attorney, and this is a necessary component, I believe, of the development. Trustee Daniels, I asked you earlier, because you do have knowledge and business acumen and a certain skill set, are you willing to suggest some guidelines or come up with some guidelines in regards to this committee?
I'm gonna ask Trustee Johnson if you could just hold that thought one moment. We're gonna restart the meeting so the trustees can come back in because we're down to seconds remaining for the meeting to end. So if Trustee Hobbs, Trustee Daniels, we're gonna invite you back in, so please admit yourself in. The meeting is about to be ended for everyone and we will readmit you all back in. We're leaving the meeting now.
I don't think
No, I asked him and he said he was.
Trustee Johnson?
I thought there was a question before we was interrupted.
Yeah, Trustee Johnson? if-
Trustee Johnson has the mic and he just yielded to the vote.
Trustee Johnson has yielded his question to a vote.
Okay.
Take the vote. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
No.
Trustee Daniels?
No.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Motion passed. Resolved that upon the recommendation of Lisa Barrington, Human Resources Director, that the Board of Trustees hereby appoints and/or approves the title correction for sanitation worker of the Village of Hempstead Ursula Videz Barrieta, 99 James A. Garden Way, title correction only. Department DPW Sanitation, title MEO Sanitation Worker, grade 1086, salary $64,311 upon civil service approval.
So move, salary only, job title only?
Yes. Moved by trustee Renfro,
Second.
second by trustee Johnson. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Lisa Barrington, Human Resources Director, that the Board of Trustees hereby appoints and/or approves the title correction for sanitation work of the Incorporated Village of Hempstead, Ahmad Haman, 99 James A. Garner Way, Hempstead, New York, title correction only, Department DPW Sanitation, title MEO Sanitation Worker, grade 1081, salary $56,557 upon civil service approval.
Move.
Moved by trustee Johnson,
Second.
second by trustee Renfro. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Lisa Barrington, Human Resources Director, that the Board of Trustees hereby appoints and/or approves title correction for sanitation worker of the Incorporated Village of Hempstead, Ruben Santiago, 99 James A. Garner Way, Hempstead, New York, title correction only, Department DPW Sanitation, title MEO Sanitation Worker, grade 1081, salary $56,557 upon civil service approval.
Move.
Moved by trustee Johnson,
Second.
second by trustee Renfro. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Item number 10, resolved that upon the recommendation of Mayor Ryan, that the regular scheduled board meeting for Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020 be rescheduled to 12 noon with no public participation.
So move.
Moved by trustee Renfro. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Mayor Ryan.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah, as we are getting closer to slowly opening up, we know that we're not opened up to the point yet that we're having public participation. But, you know, I think that in the beginning, it was fine to have this at 12 noon, but we are getting complaints from quite a few residents that say it's difficult for them to be able to catch it at 12 noon because some people are working from at home. So I want to know if we could go back to, even if it's just having it Zoom or however we doing it, back to the normal time, because people are complaining that they're not able to actually witness the meeting while it's happening. That's just my question.
If you've been getting complaints, trustee?
That's what he said.
I couldn't hear that.
He asked, are you getting complaints? Mayor Ryan asked, are you getting complaints?
Yes.
Well, if it's best for the residents, it's best for us. If we need to go back to the 6:30 time, so it's not a problem with this member of the voting unit.
And I'm not saying, because I can't hear what the mayor's saying.
I'm saying that if it's best for the residents, it's best for us to do the 6:30. If that's it, I haven't received those types of complaints, except for one or two people. But if you feel that that's a broad-based concern, we can go back to 6:30.
We understand that, trustee?
Could you help me out, because I can't hear what he's saying?
Mayor has indicated, trustee Hobbs, that he does not see a problem with going back to 6:30 PM to doing the board meetings.
Okay, thank you. And again, for some reason, I can't hear the mayor. He's the only person I can't hear.
I don't know what the problem is. I took the mask down to make it a little easier. Apparently, that didn't solve the problem.
He's taken off the mask, but he has stated that he agrees with you.
Okay, thank you. I just didn't hear him.
All right, so
Take the vote.
we'll just take it off and go with
We're gonna withdraw the motion.
number 10 is going to be pulled.
Number 10 is going to be pulled.
But it was already moved though, don't you you have to withdraw the motion.
So withdraw the motion, trustee Johnson from Renfro moving it, second by trustee Ryan. Trustee Johnson,
Yes.
trustee Hobbs,
Wait, aren't you just
What
withdrawing
are
the
we
motion?
Voting on
Are
it.
They
you
just
voting
withdrawing.
on pulling it, or are you voting?
withdrawing.
We don't need to vote then. If-
No, if he withdraws, we
Okay,
that's it.
so it's withdrawn.
Yeah.
Item number 10 is, okay?
Good.
Now we have an addendum item, number 1, there's only one addendum. Resolve that upon the recommendation of Sharice Vanderholt, village attorney, that the Board of Trustees hereby, the Village of Hempstead, to enter into an agreement with the Lechner Hall I LLC to allow Hall I the use and the access the east half of the yard designated by the Director of Public Works for the purposes of storing machinery and equipment commencing on May 25th, 2020 until the end of November 25th, 2020. Hall I shall pay the village the sum of $10,000 per month.
It's Hawkeye, is it not?
It's
It's a
Hawkeye.
typo in the
It's a
item,
typo.
but it's correct in the contract.
Okay, Hawk Eye,
Hawkeye.
okay. I need a motion.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Renfro,
I'll second, but I have a question.
Question, so do I.
Yeah.
second by trustee Daniels, question?
This, gentlemen, we've been periodically using that lot for that, but I don't know the answer to this, but we should at least be in conformity with our own zoning regulations, right? Our own zoning, I don't know what that parcel of land is zoned, but, for us to be, putting commercial vehicles on there, but then on the other side of it, ticketing people who put commercial vehicles in their parking, in their driveway, it seems a little inconsistent.
I'm sorry, trustee, you wanted to know what that was zoned for? Trustee?
I don't, that was the question, right?
Yeah, I was asking Jeff.
I don't know if it was the same question. Trustee Daniels, are you asking a question about the zoning?
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what that parcel is zoned for.
It is
I don't know if it's a
commercial.
residential parcel or not. It's residential around there,
I
as
don't,
well as Lawrence Road School. But usually you can't store, even in a lot of the business B zones, you can't store vehicles on those lots. And we've been doing it, so it's kind of.
I'm not,
I want to do it. I want the
it's
revenue,
Fireman's
but, you know,
Fields.
At the same time, we don't be ticketing people who park commercial vehicles where they're not supposed to, and here we are doing it.
So I'm not sure, to answer your question, I'm not sure what that parcel of land is zoned for, but it is village land, it's Fireman's Fields, and it's just the opposite end of where our sanitation and other trucks are kept. In this agreement in particular, the company agreed to store the equipment at the far east portion of the land, so it's actually away from all residents.
And they're only gonna use one entrance and exit. They're not gonna use the two, but just the one on Milburn
They're
Avenue.
gonna start on June 1st or something,
talking, you can't hear what they're saying.
or they already started.
I was just commenting, they're gonna use only one entrance and exit, the Milburn Avenue one. It's not gonna be on the other side, such as recently had occurred.
I didn't catch your last thing. Were you asking, what was trustee John, the Daniels asking?
Trustee Daniels?
Yes?
Ms. Vanderholt's asking a question.
I didn't catch your last question.
No, I said, I'm just asking,
It was a statement.
do we have time to make sure that everything's okay, or are they already parked right now?
Oh,
I'm just saying,
but-
there's nothing wrong with the agreement, I'm just saying, is it zoned properly for us to be storing vehicles on there, because it's consistent.
But they are
with us
there
Following
already.
our own rules, and then ticketing, homeowners when they ride.
Doesn't mean it's right. You brought it
No,
up.
right.
Even if they're riding the field, I mean, all
But
parcels have.
it's our land where the fire trucks and all
I
that
mean, it's
stuff.
parcel land, but
Don't
those.
tell him that, because he.
That's what I just said.
Making it seem like it's wrong, so.
But that's what I said to him.
Okay. Any other questions?
Now, I was wondering the fund of
Those are
this,
answered.
We have a question for the deputy mayor.
does that go in the general fund? Not to the sanitation department?
General fund.
General fund, sanitation is general fund.
Okay, all right.
So this is actually $10,000 per month
Per month.
period, not per month.
Per month
Because
is what?
normally a month is what we consider the calendar months. So it's not $10,000 for the first 5 days of May.
No.
For the first 30 days of the contract.
Okay, I just want to be clear.
Very good. Any other questions?
Joe, if you don't mind speaking a little louder.
I was just asking about when this starts. Is it 10,000 per month or 10,000 per 30-day period?
And he was given the answer, 30-day period.
There'd be an extra payment in my perception, but that's not the way this is.
Any other questions by the trustees? Let's move to vote, please.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yeah.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Joe Gill, Village Treasurer, all meeting bills audited by the Board of Trustees on check warrant dated May 19, 2020 be approved and as previously reviewed.
So move.
Moved by Trustee Renfro,
Second.
second by Trustee Hobbs. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Now, we do have people that's on Zoom, so we're gonna ask, because there's an executive session now, if Ms. Regina Lattimore, could please leave the Zoom, because we're gonna go into executive session, and everyone else to exit the room. That's not a part of the executive session, and they will commence. Trustee Waylon Hobbs would like to enter into an executive session at May 19, 2020 Board of Trustees meeting regarding a personnel matter. Ms. Lattimore have left the group chat. I'm going to leave the mic on, and myself and Mr. Kelly will leave the room. And would y'all like to vote to go into executive session?
I move.
Moved by Trustee Hobbs, second by Trustee Daniels. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yes.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Time is 12:50 p.m. All ayes. And we're now going to step out.
That's a great play-by-play.
The board would like to come out of executive session. I entertain a motion. The same?
So move.
Second?
I know someone like Samantha to me.
Oh, okay. You told me to come on.
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs?
Yeah.
Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn today's meeting.
Do you want to take action from the executive session?
There's no action taken. We don't have to do that.
So move.
You did.
Second.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Hobbs? Trustee Renfro?
Yes.
Trustee Daniels?
Yes.
Mayor Ryan?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Safe travels, Trustee Hobbs.